Welcome to the official AFL Fantasy podcast with the Traders.
G'day with the Traders. Thanks to Sportsbet. I'm Roy. I coach Destroy, and I'm here with Warnie.
Coach of the Wardogs.
Oh, my God. The unbearable Wardogs. And Calvin.
Coach of Calvinator.
You're unbearable.
He's unbearable today.
Nah, I've been behaving myself. You're a bad dog.
Why?
Yeah, you're a bad man.
Just the...
You don't want me to have any form of success, do you?
No.
You don't want me to go all right at something because you just want to kick me while I'm down. The thing is, he's still trying to kick me while I'm down, and I'm 10,000 spots higher than him.
Look, Dog, you had a very good week. The dog is back. You just kept going.
You know what it
He
is?
fought the good fight when things were down, and he's
Just
coming out the other end.
See, this is where
Straight
I'm
back.
different. I'm ethical. Right?
What are you going with here?
Not
You
about,
are an idiot.
No, it's not about the result. It's how you play the game.
Okay.
And I play the game in a moral, ethical...
What?
Yes.
So you think you can hold your head high?
I definitely hold my head high.
Regardless of ranking.
Yep, that's it.
Because of the way you've conducted yourself.
What have I done that is unethical?
Play the game the right way.
What have I done that's unethical?
You lie.
About what?
You deceive.
About what?
And then you are just arrogant as hell on Twitter.
Smug as.
That's not arrogant. It's
Yes,
just
it-
celebrating
No, it's not.
fantastic advice
From
one
yourself.
and only Warren Dog. Well, no one else will do it. No one else will bloody give me a bit of
Hey,
friggin'
I
pat on the back.
started the show with a pat on the back to you. I'm happy for you.
Your success is because of other people's failures. You lead them up a path.
How have I let anyone have a path? I'll go back. If you want to listen to all the tapes from last week, I don't recommend you doing that.
No, I
because
wouldn't
you'd
do
be, not very much fun. But all of my advice last week, tick, tick, tick. Wardlaw over Sharp. Warn Dog, tick.
Look at him. He's still doing it.
Zach Merrett. Oh, but his break-even still high. Dominated, 158. Tick. But the one I was heaviest on, Benjamin, first-round draft pick, more midfield time, Hobbs,
Hobbsy.
92.
Can I just...
What an
can we just
absolute machine.
rewind there.
Yep.
That's the first time I've heard him mention Merrett.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm
Did
with
you
you.
not... No, you don't listen to me.
No, I don't.
But he was on the video. So you talk about all this deception stuff.
I don't think he
I
talked
put that
about
out there.
it.
It was Setterfield to Merrett. That was a long-running thing all of last week.
I don't think so.
It was. Go back and watch the video.
Oh, no way would I ever do that.
It's on Instagram. You don't even know how to log
He
into
told-
Instagram.
He told
Insta what?
people, remember what he said to do with McGrath?
Yeah, get him out.
Yep.
Trade him out.
Yeah.
I've said that for 10 weeks, and finally it was wrong.
That's true. He has said that for a long time.
Okay. That's fair.
No, I just had to play him. But, fixture, got to keep him. I read the scale of hardness.
Oh, yeah, well, it's a good article.
Look, so I'm the man in the middle here. You two obviously got beef.
I've got some more beef
What?
to go. No, that's all right. You get there. You didn't like Hobbs either, and then you've ended up with him. But
because I respect your advice.
But it is you, Calvin Ater.
Calvin hater, yes.
He's a Calvin hater. Yes.
That deceives the public more than anybody.
How?
On Thursday night, you are mega against Hobbs. Against him. Like, you are going, no way can you go Hobbs.
This is true.
The questions came out. We even made a segment on our video about it for Friday. Kennedy or Hobbs?
Yeah.
I don't sound like that. It's Kennedy. You got to go Kennedy. Kennedy. What does he do?
Kennedy, I should.
He had Kennedy. Well, no, that's what the video says. That's what it says on our Instagram account. That's what it says on afl.com.au. Going Kennedy.
Oh, man.
Over Hobbs. Yada, yada, yada. Then goes Hobbs. You
Okay.
are the most deceptive person. People followed your advice.
I highly doubt
Maybe they
that.
didn't because they did have a look at your ranking next to it.
Yeah.
Look, one thing we can be sure of is that I'm the solid as a rock guy. If I say it, I'm doing it.
Right. I knew this was coming.
I don't like the sound of that music.
I have gone through
Don't do this.
the tapes. I've gone through it. That's why I'm so tired today. I stayed up all last night. Warndog Gadget, Inspector Dog.
Inspector Dog.
Now, what I did was went through and tried to look at how our advice went.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not only advice, but more about our trades. That deceptive,
Did we follow it up?
did we follow it up?
Oh, dear.
We have had 9 rounds of trading
Yeah.
because the first week doesn't count. We've had 10 weeks.
Yes.
Well done.
18 trades.
Yep.
From our Friday video, because I'm not going to count what we say on the Monday podcast.
Oh, no,
That's-
I wouldn't listen to
too
anything we
harsh.
say on Monday.
That's a
Roy Action.
Mad
Two-
Monday
two
trade.
oddities.
Yeah, madman.
The amount of holds of what happened over the weekend.
Okay.
Calvin,
Oh, here we go.
out of your 18 trades, you've stuck with 8 of them.
That's not bad.
That's
Solid.
not too bad.
That's solid.
Warndog,
Oh, no.
9.
Why did I get left till last?
So I'm not as deceptive as you, as very close, but,
okay.
and I think yours would be worse if you actually cared more about your team because you might actually look at more options later on.
Give up.
That's
Yep.
true, yes.
Destroy,
Me?
4. 4.
Look, I blame. It's not my fault.
Whose fault is it then?
The bloody rolling lockout
Yeah, it does.
does stupid things to me.
So with your little pot and your kettle that you're calling black,
Yeah. Nah. Okay, I apologise. I thought I was better than that. Thing is, though, things
those
change.
stats may or may not be true, but
Oh, I knew I
Here we
wasn't that
go.
bad. 4. I've done at least 5. Surely.
the thing is, you've got to be agile.
Yeah,
you've got to
you
be able to
do.
make changes. However,
Yeah.
I do take great offence
Yeah.
if you say that I'm being deceptive because I'm the most open. I will tweet it out. I will let people know what's going on if my things change. Neither of you blokes do that, and you do that, Roy, for an advantage. You because you're just dumb. Because I'm dumb. Because there's probably been a mistake.
Roy for advantage. That's so true.
Well, actually, it's quite funny. There was a bloody peanut a couple of years ago that had a crack at me for bringing in someone in my team that apparently I hadn't talked about in the pre-season. Talked about him a million times and ended up having him round 1. You can't be doing that. I can do whatever I want with my
Well,
team.
that is
right.
true as well. Now, also, just think about this for a minute. If you're a person that gets angry that our moves change, for example, think about this. So Thursday night, for example, you've got all your plans leading into Thursday night, as we all do. We ride this roller coaster together. Teams drop, a truckload of things change. We have about 10 minutes to think about that before we film our video with the trades
Yep.
for the following day.
That's right.
And
So,
even for some of that too,
come
you
on.
have a bit more clarity of having a look at how things look and you're planning ahead because this time of the year is
Planning?
different.
Well, think about that though. Like what you
This
said.
time of year
So
is
you
different too with these buys, 'cause
that's a
you've
good
really got to
trade.
be thinking about
bang,
that.
bang,
Yeah.
and then then you check what that did to your buy structure the next day, and you
Yeah.
go, "Holy hat!" That's
And
cooked me.
even some of that too. Like that's one where
That's
maybe-
why I
maybe-
tweet them out that
maybe-
afternoon.
Maybe deceptive, but ended up going with Harry Sharp over Wardlaw, despite the fact, well, if
deceptive
everyone listened to me, they
What?
were right. I did that because I would have had to have got another rookie this week, and it would have had to have been Wardlaw this week anyway. So I had to go that way because of where my team was at.
Well,
Because I'm not going to end up with a team
Decepticon.
like yours where you're just grabbing.
Well, I never have heard such deceptive nonsense in my life,
If
Roy.
anyone listened to me last week, you have a good team this week.
You're like Starscream if you were a Transformer.
He would be.
Decepticon, always
Let's-
trying to get to the top.
We have dribbled way too much about this to get started with. However,
Yep.
Hey, but well done. You had a good week.
I did.
Let's just skip our teams. We'll move on to hot topics.
23.74 for the Warndogs, which actually got me inside the top 10,000 for the first time this year. About time I got there, round 10.
You getting there then?
If I can move up about 1,000 spots a week, I might be half a chance to have a respectable ranking.
Yeah, good.
If Calvin moves up 1,000 spots each week.
Oh, it'll be 2025.
Right, yep, so that's me. Roy, you were only 6 points behind with a 23.68.
Yep, solid.
Just knocking on the door of that top 1,000
Yeah.
at the minute. Calvinator, do the walk of shame.
Look, I tell you what.
It's
I
actually
actually
not
thought I
that bad.
scored well.
You did.
And I hardly moved.
It had to tease you with the tackle though, didn't it?
Yeah, 22.96. One tackle short of the 2-3 club.
Which would be nice.
Unbelievable.
Right, so you are Still outside the 20K.
Yeah, thanks, Dog. But that's where the cool kids hang, all right?
Here it is! That's what you did, Teddy. You stuck it right up them.
Zach Merrett was my inclusion this week.
No.
158.
Was he?
158.
Oh, what about that
And
smart tweet? Yeah. Zach Merrett in my team averages 100.
You were you went fishing up the lakes on the weekend.
I did,
and that's a bigger bite than anything you've got. You get there and you take offence to that. Because I'm getting out there poking you.
No.
I'm getting there saying, oh, that's funny. Oh, he averages 158 in my team. Can you see that in any other? You only see that as me being a knob.
100%. There is no way that's funny.
It is. Because how you reacted to it
No.
is funny.
Do you know the funny part? And
Please, because that wasn't.
I found that bit funny, but I also found the bit, switch on to AFL Fantasy account.
You do know.
Zach Merrett.
Yes.
Yeah, post that. Quickly switch back to my account, retweet it. Zach Merrett averaging 158 for anyone else. Yeah.
So for those playing along at home, Warnie's in charge.
I do not do that on the weekends.
You do.
I do not
You
do that on the
reply
weekends.
to yourself.
I let one of my minions do that
Tweet
one.
it yourself. But hey.
Hey, well done. Yeah, so 158 from Merrett.
Interaction.
I did
However,
find that tweet
he doesn't
funny.
get my +3.
Oh, this is so smug.
Andy McGrath, after giving him, how many rounds have we had?
I'm going to start
9
a Twitter account.
-3s.
Yeah.
Warnie's dimple.
Yeah.
Only comes out
Andy
on these
McGrath,
tweets.
117. Finally got himself a score that was actually, I think he scored under what I paid for him every week.
Yep.
And then now he got me.
So he's going to stay in your team for a bit now, Dog, isn't he?
Oh, look at that draw, mate.
Yeah.
Weagles this week.
Wow.
North Melbourne.
So you got a 110
You should buy him.
average.
Yep.
He's
Just
got a 6 in front of
out
his
of
name.
Just kissed here.
You were,
How is it kissed?
so Stocker and McGrath averaged over 100 for you this week.
110 if you're doing the maths correctly. mate.
Wow.
Look at his face.
It's about time. It's called karma. Good karma.
All right. Have you
The
finished?
fantasy football gods looked down on me and said, Warn Dog, you deserve this. You are one of the best blokes going around. They
No
laughed
one.
when they said that, but
Yes.
they said, nah, we're going to stick it right up, Calvin. And he did.
It's funny how when Warnie scores well, how this first segment goes for so long.
I know.
It's still going.
I know.
Would you like to know more? We can go through the rest of the Warthogs at the moment.
Well done. No.
Well, great
Where
work,
are you
Dog.
going,
I am
Calvinator?
happy for you.
I'm going sick, Dog. Because
boy.
Whoa,
sometimes, Roy, he turns up.
He does.
The other times, he does not.
But he turned up.
He did. So 125 from the Dog. He loves playing at UTAS,
He does,
doesn't he? Has
especially
a
against-
day out.
Gosh, teams like the Eagles, they didn't really... there's that term that's used a little bit too much, did they turn up to play?
Yeah.
But I think they didn't really turn up.
So who's the Dog play this week? St Kilda under the roof.
Oh!
He'll bark again
Too
now.
right, he'll bark.
I think you could
He's an option.
Vice captain that.
you could knock one of us off this week.
Oh, don't say that, Roy. You'll get me excited.
No chance.
No, you're right.
Right, Roy, where are you going for your +3?
My +3, I don't know, little known guy, but come into the team, Hobbsy.
No, you cannot make Hobbs your +3.
He is. He went really well. I don't know if you know this, but his VFL form.
Hated him.
He'd been the number one
Yeah.
scoring VFL.
Oh, my God, this is not fair. No, you actually should not have been allowed to have got him.
Do you know what? He was very unlucky not to have 110 too. They ignored him a few
Yeah,
times.
he wants
They
the ball.
probably should have gone to him.
Because
Now,
you might not know this, but someone told me that Setterfield was out.
yeah,
And who's the other guy?
Parrish
Parrish was
and
out as
Shield.
well. Yeah, so more midfield time.
it was always going to happen.
And he's been scoring really well. So, yeah, he should have been. And he's got a great draw,
So
apparently.
out of
coming
the
up too.
three of
Heaps
us,
of good games.
I've spruiked him. You two hated him,
No, I didn't hate him.
Hates a harsh word.
Hate's a very hard word, Dog.
very much disliked him, and I didn't get him, and you two blokes have him.
Do you know what too? Merrett will get tagged this week. Hobbsy will outscore Merrett.
Yeah, he'll
that's
let-
my hot take.
Yeah.
Lol.
No lull. I agree with you, Roy.
120 to about 98.
Yeah, less, I reckon.
How's this going to affect your Calvin's captains?
Hobbsy will be in it.
158 he had. Surely he's got to be in the top 3 now because that's all you do, isn't it?
No. There's no way he's
Look
going
at
to
the
get
top scorers
He's
of the
getting
week.
tagged, mate.
He's
We've
playing
hit that
against,
point in the season, haven't we?
He's playing against Hawthorn.
He will be tagged. No, he's playing against West Coast.
West Coast.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So he'll get tagged.
Sorry, Hawthorn had West Coast.
Yeah.
He gets tagged this week. He'll have 70. There you go.
Okay, let's put a line bet on that.
No, let's not.
Honestly.
Let's move on.
Right, we'll move on to this.
Okay.
There have been moments.
Oh, wrong button. All right, you've got me rattled.
He's all fidgety over there.
It was the most disgraceful display I've ever seen.
Because it's just not acceptable.
All right, I'm going to go first. And you guys are going to go, can't give it to a rookie, Cal. Ginbey. 24, right?
Oh, come
So
on.
I get
Have
this.
mercy.
He saved himself for that 24 as
He's
well.
playing.
just quietly.
He's playing football, right?
Yes.
Foot on ball.
Yeah.
How many times did he do it?
I know, 5 or 6.
One time,
Should
foot
have
on
seen it
ball.
coming. He only had 4 kicks last week.
He did, but he had 96. So I was like, oh, yeah, I sat you on the bench for 96, mate. You can come back on your field. You'll get another 96. No, that's all right. 72 points less.
You're in one of those funks, aren't you?
I'm in a lot of things at the moment.
That it's just...
Yep, just can't hit waterfall out of
So
the
you're
24.
Your D6 in the last 2 weeks has gone 22 and 24. So you got 46 points
That's hard to...
from your D6 in the last 2 weeks.
Now you put it like that? Yeah.
It's hard to get 2-3.
Yeah.
So you didn't get Ginbey's 96 last week?
No.
Oh, right.
Oh, that's so unfair.
Yeah. But you know what? It's how you play the game.
Well, mine's coming from that same game there, and Warple, 84. If you look at that, yeah, see, and this is you not understanding it. You look at that,
Not understanding.
and you go, that 84, I can breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief from that because, Roy, that was not good to watch.
No, it wasn't.
The Warpedo.
No, he did
had
look
4
bad.
frees against. He
Wow.
just wasn't touching it. In a game where they've won by 20 goals.
Yeah.
That was a smacker, wasn't it?
Kicked a goal, came home late, didn't he?
Yeah.
That was a bit of a save.
Yeah, Warple can cop that, but he stays until the bye.
All right. Now, you have to hit your players between the eyes and let them know when they've messed up. Now, on this occasion, the blame does not go on him, Dog.
Who's it
so
going?
I'm giving it to him, but the blame is solely with Michael Voss. Okay?
Oh.
And you have to hear me out. So my deceptive trade last week of Matt Kennedy,
Yes. Oh, see, look at this. Wow. I'm going to write a thesis on this.
I called myself out. You can't jump on board.
No, you can't.
So I got him in because
Kennedy.
as a Carlton supporter, I know where his best position is. I know where we need him. In the guts, right?
Yep.
So first half, he got 78, which it's no disaster, but my team doesn't have many disasters running through it. So
No.
On track for a ton.
on track for a ton. So the first quarter, 5 CBAs for 29. That's what he does. That's the kind of player he is. Second quarter, 6 CBAs for 25 points. This is him. I call him a 90 guy.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So he was on track for his 90. Holland's got subbed off at half-time. Tactical, I believe.
Yes.
That brings Super Huey on. Right?
Yep.
Now, in that shuffle of Super Huey into the middle,
Oh.
Kennedy got put to half back. He's no good back there. Third quarter, 0 CBAs, 10 points. Pattern forming here.
I can see it.
Fourth quarter, 0 CBAs, 14 points.
Right.
So now he's no longer a good pick.
And he'll get dropped next week.
Oh, well, potentially. Because he can't be going back to
No.
that half back line for half a game. Otherwise, he needs to go, unfortunately. I thought he would have been given a good run in the midfield.
And he didn't.
He's not going to.
Not the way you wrote that with bowling figures. 5 for 29, 6 for 25, none for
No,
10.
the
none for
last 2
14.
maybe. And that's off one over each.
All right, let's have a look here at the team at the top at the moment is Fleabaggers, who had a massive score to get themselves into Jonathan there, into number 1, 2,484.
Well done.
Big score. So they're leading the way over Steen's Dr. Drill team, but we go down a little bit. Matt Mottram
Oh, dear.
keeps moving on up. He's actually ranked number 1 overall after Saturday night. Wow. He had a 2-4-4-1, and he's got himself up to 6th place now.
Be worried. Be very worried.
Top
And
5 would be sweating hard.
And he's
Right.
almost only rookie on field. Hollands yesterday and got subbed out.
Oh, that hurts.
Oh.
So
Tactical sub of a rookie.
Yeah, that hurts.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
100th spot at the moment is a team I think we've seen up here before, Cuff Me Alir, Sam's team. They had a good score as well with a 23.91. That's sitting there currently in 100th spot. But the highest scorer of the week was Dylan's team, Life is Rosie. Apt name there, with a 2,571.
I've come to a conclusion.
I've
come to a conclusion. I don't think I can win a hat now.
You don't?
No.
Yeah, you're still in the mix, mate. Speaking of in the mix, I got a tweet from a couple of brothers, Lachlan and Matt, right?
Okay.
One's team is Will Ashcroft is my dad, and the other one is Will Ashcroft is my mum, right? Ranked 40 and 47.
Did they make the same team or?
No.
Wow.
But they'd obviously have similar teams, you would think. And it is two different people, don't worry. It's not the same person.
Are they twins?
No, but they're twinning
They
in
are.
terms of a hat.
Too right they are.
Yeah. So I thought they said they were worth a shout-out. and,
Too right they're worth a shout-out.
They probably are. So there's your
Well
shout-out.
done, lads.
It's good to see some familiar faces up towards the top, which is cool in the rankings. Seeing some people that we may know along the way.
See, that's where you're different to us.
You don't like seeing people have success.
No.
Exactly. And the more the people can understand that, will be.
I'm not here
better.
hoping their whole team gets injured. Just half of it.
Just a couple.
Yeah.
Poor human. Right, Michael Barlow medal, the cash cow of the year. The votes are in, and at the top we've got Will Ashcroft. He scored 127.
Wow.
30 disposals, 7 marks, 4 tackles, and a goal. Massive effort from him. Harry Sheasel, he was next. He had that role change, but he could still manage to get 25 disposals and kick 2 goals with that to go with those 5 marks and 5 tackles. Josh Weddle had a big day against the Eagles, like a lot of those Hawks did. He had 28 disposals, 7 marks. He those couple of snags for him.
Yeah.
Also kicking a couple of snags was Cam McKenzie, who had 94. So he is ticking along quite nicely for coaches that still have him. Then Bailey Humphrey, who was a popular trade-in target after a great game the week before. He kicked a goal in the Q Clash, 26 disposals. He was the player that made the most cash this week.
Wow.
Now, the leaderboard after 10 rounds, we've got Harry Sheasel at the top with 40 votes there, Ashcroft 25, and Ginbey has 11 votes. Oh no, I've lost this. Right, I'm going to have to edit that.
Here's the news of the week you need to know on the official AFL Fantasy podcast.
Alrighty, bit of news coming through. A few injuries, which are the issues that coaches will definitely need to deal with throughout the week, because it's going to be in your trade thinking. Probably none are bigger than Clayton Oliver. So, hammy there for
Don't you
him.
dare call me out and then say that with such joy.
Yeah. Did you get his messages?
Yes.
Oh, you are an absolute.
When he got injured,
You've got to actually really stop
How
this.
dare you call me out and then say it?
You've got to stop this. Because Clary has been a great pick for all those coaches, and now they're going to have to trade too. You know what they're going to have to do? They're going to have to go to Zach Merrett. That's going to be a very nice
Well,
move.
I'll tell you what, though. Well done for those, especially if you
Yep.
started with him.
Yep.
Because you had to pay up for it.
Too right you did.
But he certainly outdid it. And, yeah,
So
credit
at time
to you,
recording,
unlucky.
nothing confirmed, but it sounds like it could be a month-long hamstring.
Oh,
So,
And he
ton
played
run.
through that to still hit the ton.
yeah, ton run, yeah. So
Good on him.
Well done to get through there. So the ton run
Gutsy.
is obviously he and
Taranto.
So Taranto, if he can get a ton this week,
Wins.
he gets
Wins the car.
He wins us.
The ton run car.
Ton run car.
We might have to get like a little matchbox car.
Like the one
You
they
can win a
gave
car.
to Parnell.
Yeah,
after
that
his
was good.
mark of the year. That was hilarious.
Very good. Other injuries there that might be some things just to watch this week. Boki, he was subbed out with a bit of an rib injury. So
Yeah, right. He did get hit pretty hard.
He did, so
Takes a
we'll see
bit
what
to
he
get
looks
Boki
like.
down.
He's a pretty tough unit, though.
Yeah.
Jake Bowie in that game was subbed out with a calf.
Okay.
Now, Peter Laddams severe ankle injury is what was said.
Yeah, it's not good.
So, and Horse says, we'll need Lachie McAndrew. And that destroyed
Damn right you need
somewhere
Lachie.
you went.
Yeah.
You were pretty excited about that.
Yeah, I'm excited about Lachie McAndrew. The fact that
Had
he's
a
going to
60.
be generating cash. Yeah, he had a 60. I can use him through the buys.
This is so funny. We didn't really give that a thought at all about who we
Zero.
were making our rookie, just for the off chance that they might play. He's now in. You've got all round 12 buys in your ruck line, so it's not going to help.
Like I said, I couldn't be worse set up for the buys if I tried.
No.
I don't think.
This is a theory I've got for that, though, Roy. We
Yeah.
should, if we've got a dead rookie in like the
Oh
forward
my
line, or even
God. That escalated. Yeah, keep
a
going.
red dot rookie,
Yeah,
then
thank you.
Calvinator. Not that you'd even understand that. But if we've got that, for that round 12
Yes.
trade, that
Tell
might
me.
be a nothing
Talk to me.
trade.
Talk to me.
We could trade them out for Calvinator's mate, Max Heath,
Yeah.
who does, after that fixture release last week, they've got a lot of Sunday games coming up as well in the back half of the season
Right.
too. So trade him in, basically, so that get rid of that red dot rookie, and then you've got the DPP flick between
So you could use
those.
him.
You could use McAndrew in some of those buy
McAndrew's
rounds.
going to hit 70s through the buys.
Well, if he's needing to be there, like he's an option this week as a downgrade
so
target.
doing that for me then, Dog, what would that do? That would give me another body for 3 weeks.
For 3 weeks, because he's going to be out in that round 12,
Yes.
obviously, because he's got the bye and your other two rucks have got the bye. So
Yeah.
it doesn't help you there.
No.
But what it would allow us to do is...
Give me access to what I think
Access
will be
to-
a 70
Yeah.
for 3 weeks.
And so then he can be... Your Max Heath might be your F8.
Yeah.
Flick him over and put him into your R3. So it could be a good play through the buy. So
could.
obviously you're
I'll
not
keep that
generating
in
cash,
mind.
and we do like to generate cash and
Yes,
be getting in
yeah.
rookies that are playing. But I think it might be a little bit of a play.
That one. So you're saying maybe that week I consider that instead of just bringing in a green dot who I've never seen before
Yep.
for 200K, bring in a red dot and get access to McAndrew instead. It has Zach Merrett.
It does.
No, I think it does, especially if you've got a guy there like might be a Blake Drury,
Oh, God.
who might be gone, and
Yeah.
you might as well make him.
Yes.
You know what?
God, he's a glorified red dot at the moment, isn't he?
You've lost me.
I know. I'm glad. You actually should consider trying to get him in, Cal.
I will try to get him in, Dog. Especially now. But you'll have to explain all that again.
No, I'm not going to. I don't want to help you. Jason Johannisen has been a decent enough pick
has.
as that mid-pricer. He did a hammy, a bit of a high one, so he'll be
Look
out.
more bum
going
than
there.
ham to me, Roy.
Yes, that's how high it was. Yeah.
Now, the Bont did cop a knock on the knee and looked a little bit ginger and proppy.
He was. He got it tested too.
But there's no significant concern, so it's not a structural type thing. It's
goodness.
just a
Thank
bit
goodness.
of a bump. Dylan Shield, he was in doubt all week and then was a late out, but it was because of an ankle. But it was like the resulting sort of corked calf, bit of a bleed on the calf.
I've heard all
that was
that
the
before.
issue.
Yeah, okay.
I think Super Huey went through that last year,
so-
didn't he?
Shield out, which made it good for our mate.
Here he goes.
Well, he's still the number one trade target this week.
Hobbs.
Hobbsy.
Yeah, he's my boy. He's my boy.
My +3.
Yeah.
Fife is getting cheap. I think he's under
No, it
500k now, isn't he?
Mate, he's so cheap at the moment.
This is where the subs have been. I don't think Fife would be happy
480.
vesting all this.
And what's his break even then?
He's break even. So he's down 200k.
Yeah.
What if he starts playing full games around buy time?
Oh, you'd launch.
Bloody name's a name.
Yeah.
Break
Fife.
even of 107.
Right.
So he's still
So,
going
like, they've
down.
got the round 12 bye. Coming out of that,
My
he's
God.
been rested. He's had these little sub runs.
He's
and-
ready to go. No vest.
Did he get any like CBAs last week? I'll have a quick look here, Dog, because
he did.
I saw him in the guts there a couple of times. Yeah, he had 42% CBAs.
Wow.
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
So he's ready.
Ho, ho.
It's fraught with danger.
Oh, yeah.
But it's
But
like
the
your
buys are
F6.
for
But if you
danger.
have got a peddler there at your F6, straight across
Yeah,
to him.
he was next
Good
in
work.
line, obviously behind Brayshaw, O'Meara, and Sarong.
All we need to hear is he's ready to play full game.
A full game. Yeah.
Moving along, Kitty Coleman, he did a bit of a glute. Sharp got subbed out though. Popular, he was the most traded in player last
He
week.
was.
So does it help him? Roy?
I think it does.
Yep.
I think it does. That running player, they're not going to lose one to injury and drop another one.
Lemons did a hammy in the same game. The Rat was a good player, 84.
Yep.
Yeah, the Rat was good.
At 90% for the second week in a row.
He stays in.
He does.
Too right, he does.
Does Fiorini stay in?
Oh, not for me. But
Moving him.
But yeah, I reckon he'll stay in.
That's what he says.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he
good
says.
One. Good one.
Now,
What?
on
Decepticon.
Monday morning
What?
at 11 a.m.
There's
what Roy
no
says
way
he's
you're
gonna do.
moving the Reen. Don't listen to him, people.
Hollands was subbed at half time as well. That was a tactical sub there. A few concussions out of this, and Mitch Hinge was one, but a couple for the Giants, Himmelberg and Haynes. They were both out. Fleeton might hang around a little bit longer.
Yes, you'd think so. Like, not going to lose 3 defenders on one week.
Because, well, the Berg was back as well. That's
He
the thing.
was.
He was
in the
back.
back line.
Yes,
So that's the thing.
should flag
And
that.
Mitch Owens, unlucky there. Copped a knee to the head.
He's a good player, isn't he?
He is a
Isn't
good
he?
player. So that's it. They're the main ones. Now, just a couple of quick Magoo's news things to look at from the weekend. Josh Fye, 163. So he's
Unbelievable.
ended up having 25 kicks, 18 handballs, 14 marks.
He's had a fay out.
just
Yeah.
gone
Too right, he did.
ballistic. Now, Sam Flanders had a good game as well for the Suns, so could he come in for the Fiorini after 22 kicks, 14 handballs?
Why are you
10
picking
marks,
on the pastor?
138.
He's
You
not getting
started
dropped.
it. You
no, he's
started
getting
it.
dropped from me, not from the Suns. I've got a better team than the Suns.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Charlie Constable was good too, out of 130. Cow, you still got him.
No, dog, I don't still have him.
Would not surprise me
What
if you
bullying,
did.
Isn't
dog?
it?
That's bullying.
You held him for about 3 weeks.
That's
4
true
weeks,
too.
hoping
Not
that he'd
through
be back.
choice. Couldn't get rid of him. And I held Sheed for so long, and now look what he's doing.
He's a beast.
Look, I'm,
Why, you only had to hold sheet another 2 weeks. You would have been getting 130.
I'm just a good coach out of luck.
yeah. True.
Yes, you are a little bit out of luck, Cal, but you'll be right, I reckon.
No.
There have been moments in the history of footy that have progressed the game we know and love. Moments on the field and off. Moments that have made us listen, learn, celebrate and remember.
More than a skill, more than a game,
Moments forged by First Nations.
more than a sport. This is more than a play.
Celebrate and recognise those moments at this year's Sir Doug Nicholls round across rounds 10 and 11 of the 2023 Toyota AFL Premiership season.
Elders kicked in the door so I could board the plane. Ayy.
Secure your seats at tickets.afl.
We have been enjoying Sir Doug Nicholls' round, getting to see the Hawks game here. So it was fantastic, apart from the fact that it was a 20-goal loss there.
That's ridiculous.
But what was probably the best thing of the round thus far, the Bombers. How good was that? You need to watch that, Cal. That's worth...
Have no
If they
interest.
still do the name of game VHSs, you would order that one.
I
and
would not-
enjoy watching
Look,
every
I'll tell you what,
single minute of it.
Cow, you know how I feel about Essendon.
Yeah.
But it was a very good finish.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely get on board. It's good. Great to watch.
Right.
Great to watch. Alrighty, let's look at where we're at. So this round 11 that is coming up,
Yeah.
and where Sir Doug Nicholls' round finishes, there's a bit going on in the fantasy world. First up, at the end of round 11, we'll get a new batch of DPPs. So we're going to see, I guess, some different names there throughout that. We might talk about those guys a little bit later, but it is the eve of the buys. So we've got the buys coming up. Quick recap of the rules. We had a bit of a chat about it last week, but for rounds 12, 13, 14 and 15, we'll get 3 trades per week, and your best 18 players will count for your score. Those 18 need to come from your on-field 22. So you can't just be having 8 defenders being available, including your 2 bench. You can only be taking 6 of those. So how are we looking at the moment for those buy rounds? Where are we set? I'm fairly spread across mine.
I'm not too bad, but I'm a bit like you, Roy, I think. Very heavy on the back end.
Yes.
Which is probably where you want to be the heaviest.
Well, that's something we can cling to there. Like
Yeah.
we're very unbalanced. We're very heavy in the back end, which, I mean, we're lucky in some respects, because if it was the opposite and we were heavy in the front, we would actually be cooked at the moment. All trades would have to be directed towards fixing that whole structure, the next 5 trades.
Yep.
But because it's back end, we do have a bit of wiggle room.
We do.
Like, even if it's complete disaster, up until the last 2 weeks, Dog. You still got 6 there to.
Yeah.
You could, if you had to, you could be straight swapping premiums almost at this point because our teams are not. It's not complete, but like the rookies you want off are going to definitely be off by then. So you could straight swap just to manage that if you had to.
And I think as well, I don't know how you guys sat this week. I had 29 green dots.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, same. Best I've had for a while.
Yeah. But some of the dots, I don't think you can count them as dots. So look, I'm looking at
very,
Jury,
very
Artie
light
Jones,
green.
you've got Noah Long, you've got Chesser. These guys can't even get to 40.
So everyone played for me this week,
Yep.
but not everyone scored.
There you go.
So I don't know. It's nice to have bums on seats, but
Yep.
you want them to actually move a little.
Yep. Be capable of getting
100%.
a 50.
And with these guys, they're looking at 30s.
They are.
Yeah, so I don't know.
So trading strategy, I guess you've got to have one eye on that, and that will make some decisions for you. Like you won't be looking at getting around 15 players in.
I
over these
actually
next couple of
cannot
weeks.
do it. But then again, there's players you need at the moment.
So
that are
Wardlaw
around
is
15.
one of those.
Yes.
So I think he's going to be up there as one of the most popular traded in players this
Has to
week
be.
after his great debut.
Just look too good.
Rookies are a bit of a different story, though. It's more about trading in your premiums. Would that be a fair thing to say?
That's a great summary, Dog. Yeah, there is no way I'm trading in around 15 premium.
Yep.
No, I'm stacked with them. I don't like straight swapping premiums through the buys, but I actually am going to have to pick the worst of the bunch and swap them during the buys.
So it's quite a tricky week, I guess, this week and next week as well with what moves we make.
Yes.
And considering that too, with this, we've talked about that good buy being that round 13 buy with Gold Coast and Geelong.
Yeah.
Is there anyone that we want?
No. Because
It's getting harder and worse. And Sun's draw doesn't look great, does it, I think?
I can have a look for you.
See, that's the thing. All I've been thinking the last few weeks is how handy it would be to have, a number of Suns and Cats.
Yep.
And I am dead set looking at getting rid of one of those Suns.
Yeah.
So, Don't know how that will really affect me through the buys, but I'm looking at doing it.
Have a look at their draw here for you, Roy. It's not too bad. They go, they're at the Gabba this week. Sorry, no, they're not. They've already been there. So it goes Bulldogs, Adelaide, and then the bye.
Okay.
That's not a disaster.
No, not something you'd chase either.
No. 100%.
Yeah, it's hard to, I guess, like a Noah Anderson's probably was the number one target as the best player that you could be having and hasn't shown
It's
enough
been
in
the
the
most
last couple of
disappointing
weeks.
out of all of them.
So good. We did mention DPP, so we'll get those after this weekend of footy. A couple of names worth considering. Max Gawn is there. He's sort of on the borderline of getting the forward status.
Yeah.
So that's someone which would be handy, but I still don't think I'd go into that with much confidence of picking him anyway.
No, I know. Well, that wasn't him this weekend, though.
66.
Yeah, it's...
Plenty of ruck time as well, though.
Yeah, he did. He just looked off this week. I think he's one that we're going to look at through the season, but we wouldn't launch into straight away.
Jack McRae's another one, so it'd be interesting to see because he didn't have... Do you have no CBAs, Cal? Is that what you said before?
I'll have a quick... because Bailey Smith basically took them all.
Like 10% or something.
Yeah, so he had 20%, 9% the week before.
So that was McRae's first ton for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah.
Jump time ton, I'm going to call it too.
Yep.
Low time on ground again.
Yeah, right.
So he's obviously got to be someone to watch. And
definitely.
we've got to
For
be
what he
looking
can
at
do,
him
yeah.
as a former owner.
And
there's a lot of
at
scars,
the drop
though.
of a hat, he could be back in
yeah.
midfield with Bevo at any time.
Now, Sam Walsh is a big one that we did the rounds
Very
last week of
interesting,
people talking about and seeing there. The flag with him, Roy, he was back in the midfield a fair bit. He had 58% of their CBAs. So that's behind Cripper 79, Chera 71, and then it was Walsh the next.
So he had 14.
And saying that too, Kennedy was 46%. That probably was all in that first half.
In the first half.
It was.
Yep.
So
It was.
yeah. So Doherty slid in there for 33% of them as well.
Yeah. So Vossi's like the new Bevo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overdoing it.
Just can't be trusted, doing silly things.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Walsh might be getting more borderline.
Oh,
according
100%.
to that.
Yeah. Do you know what? For me, it actually makes no difference because I've got half
You got
my
that.
midfield.
How many,
forward,
honestly, midfielders do you have?
it would only be 2, but Walsh would make it 3 midfielders just, Yeah.
Yep.
With forward status sitting in there.
Have you got a bit of a like a get out of that, or are you just going to keep rolling that at the moment?
Because I think they're actually, if they didn't have their forward status, they'd be in the rolling 22 anyway.
In the midfield.
Yeah, a couple of them would, definitely. Like Taranto, for example, I just think of him as a mid anyway.
Too right.
Yeah.
But my bottom end forwards are all, good. So I don't know. Maybe in the last 2 weeks you'd trade them for an elite mid, I don't know.
Now, what are coaches doing heading into round 11 with the trades? I guess the rage trades that have been made Sunday night, Monday morning, the most traded in player so far. Nearly 10,000 coaches have done it in a very short amount of time. George Wardlaw is in there. So he's there, along with Zach Butters, who is in some form and still value. Zach Merrett after that big score. Lachie McAndrew, people are jumping on board there. And Bailey Humphrey are in the top 5. A couple of other names sort of floating in there. It might be a Josh Fye. Ben Hobbs, that's going to slide up. I kept tracking his numbers last week. And they just kept rising.
It was a little bit creepy.
The first time I mentioned him, I think it was about 100 people.
Yeah.
And it got up there.
Well done.
4,000 or
Power
something.
of the dog.
You're an influencer.
And I couldn't do it myself. I'm very sad about that. Slightly. No,
Are you doing it this week, though?
100%. I'll be doing it this week. But the outs at the moment, we've got Ollie Hollands is the most traded out player with Clayton Oliver with that hammy issue. Reuben Ginbey, time is up, especially after that 24. Pedler, his time is up as well. And Chin Cotter are the most traded out players. But Cow, did you have a question for me?
No.
Oh, are you bringing him in this week?
Oh, are you bringing him in this week?
Hobbs is coming into the Warn Dogs this week, and I'm very excited about it. So he will be in. Basically, 2 rookies out, and I'll get Wardlaw as well. I think that's a smart move at the moment.
Yeah.
Need that cash gen, and Wardlaw will actually, I'm quite happy to be playing him as my M8. I know some people like Roy doesn't have any rookies left on field.
No.
What?
No, I don't. Well, you can't count Ashcroft and Sheasel, can you?
No.
So, in an interesting move, though, Dog, I like what I saw from Wardlaw.
Yeah.
To the point I might be happy to bring another rookie back onto the field.
Oh.
So that's what I'll be doing with my trades because I always stick to my Monday trades. I will be going Wardlaw in for Fiorini because they're much of a muchness. They'll both score about 80. And then Kennedy is going up to Zach Merrett.
Kennedy. He's getting rid of Kennedy.
I am getting rid of
No,
Kennedy.
there's no way you do those moves.
Out.
Okay, let's have a look at mine.
Decepticon.
I'm doing that.
Deceptoroy, they call you. I'm bringing in your boy McAndrew, just because as a bit of a forward there, and I'm going Ginbey up to the man of Jack Steele.
He was back. Are you not worried about that?
Oh, mate, I'm so worried about it. But
would be
hey,
worried about it
it's
too.
Monday. You can do what you want on a Monday when it comes to trades.
It will still make the data of whether you are having truthful trades or deceptive trades.
That is still a good pick. Jack Steele.
Yeah, of course.
Isn't it? Am I allowed to do that?
Yeah, it's still a good pick.
Good.
Got a question for the traders? Tweet the boys at AFL Fantasy or head to facebook.com/AFL Fantasy official.
Plenty of questions come through as we head into round 11. Bailey's got this one, Hobbs or Caldwell. So we're throwing Caldwell into the mix
Hobbs.
here. It is Hobbs, but should we write off Caldwell?
620K, 112 last week. That was a good matchup last week for him.
It was very
But they've got
easy.
good matchups coming, West Coast and North Melbourne and Carlton.
Yeah, that's true. No, I'm not even fighting that anymore.
It's Hobbs.
I think it's Hobbs, but he did look good.
Caldwell did look good.
Yeah.
I think he had 79% CBA. So
Yeah, huge. So how many did Hobbs have?
it wouldn't have been heaps, 38%.
Right, okay.
He would spend a lot of time on the pine, actually. And that was one thing about him.
Yeah, so
early anyway.
The thing
he
is,
got his time up
so
later.
Caldwell's scoring spiked due to that spike in CBAs then.
Yep.
He's the first one out, though, when either Shield or Parrish come back.
So
I
he
guess.
had 71% last week as
Right.
well. So
So
that
who
was
was
like
that? Just
Setterfield
Parrish
and
and-
Setterfield. Parrish.
Just Parrish.
And Setterfield was the one out this week with
Right.
Shield. So
Right.
he maintained.
He did maintain.
Yes.
It's still Hobbs for me.
Yes.
Stringer had 88% again. It's funny his roller
score
coaster
very
of
well, did
of CBAs. Like they'll just go 1 week, bang, you're having them all, mate.
Yeah.
And then the next week,
Yeah.
just down to his usual
Yeah.
lower amount.
He was impactful in there again, but he didn't rack up around his real impact possessions.
Scored 60.
Yeah, it was disappointing.
3 very important points where he snapped it round his body on the boundary line and Sam Durham takes the mark in the goal square. What?
Yeah.
That was good.
And he got a nice couple of clearances from the CBAs too.
Oh, I can't wait.
I might buy the VHS for you.
I'm going to go back and have to watch that.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Not.
Is Jy Newcomb an option for Anthony?
The nuke.
Obviously, he scored well last game, but that was against West Coast.
I just think there's better options than the nuke.
He's 800K.
Yeah.
It's pretty cheap.
Yeah, definitely, especially compared to where he was projected to score.
Yeah.
So this is a
pre-season.
player, if you were looking at him, and I know, well, hang on, what is their buy? I haven't memorised Hawthorn's buy.
What's wrong with you?
I know. I'm normally on top of that. Normally got that one right in the noggin, the 14, so the one before. Because the player that I'd be looking at that's not him, that I'd prefer to save more money on, is Jy Simpkin.
Yeah, he's a bargain.
Low 700s, and he's got the round 15 buy, so you couldn't have him, Roy.
No.
But he would be an option, I reckon. What do you think, Cow?
Oh, 100%. So he's down 128K.
Yeah, and people started him
Yeah.
because they thought he was value.
Yeah,
And now he's got that opportunity.
he's value now.
So he had a 58 3 games ago.
Yeah.
And then an 82 and a 115 this week. Best score for the year.
Yeah.
It's worth a look if you are that cash-strapped
What do you
person.
think? Like he feels like he's a 100-point player
Yeah, agree.
Yeah.
in the run home.
And you can be getting at a pretty decent price there.
Definitely.
Right, Ryan's got this one. I'm thinking Oliver to Merrett and then Ginbey to Hobbs. Yes.
Tick, tick.
Or is it Chincotta to Wardlaw? So this is going to be a question for some people. If you're a Merrett owner, you've got to be going to a big dog.
Oliver.
Oh, yeah.
An Oliver owner and a big dog. It could be Merrett or it could be someone else,
Yes.
but Merrett feels like a bit of a good pick at the moment.
Yeah.
Obviously, coming off that is one thing, but
Yeah.
they've got a good run coming. Then it might be people going Hobbs or Wardlaw. Let's try to split that. And I'll let you guys have this one.
That's very easy. It's Hobbs.
It's
by
Hobbs.
Country mile.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah.
Don't go tricked by Wardlaw's score. I saw that game firsthand. I could have got a few kicks out there.
Yeah. So Wardlaw's 327. And it's still a good price.
No, it
Definitely.
is. As a cash cow, you wouldn't want Wardlaw coming into your team going on your ground. I mean, maybe you would.
Look at him, deceptive already.
Yeah,
About 6
don't know
minutes
what
ago, he talked about that.
Sorry.
I tell you what. Yep, okay. These tapes, I'm going to have to get a little PA to start cutting things
no,
up.
I got confused who I was talking about. You can delete that little bit.
But
Don't delete
it
mate.
is obviously Hobbs. Like it's a simple answer to say that, but that money that you're saving by going to a Wardlaw for someone that is that one of the very few players coming through with cash generation like that.
It's Wardlaw. There's my answer now. I've thought about it and I was thinking about the correct two players.
Here you go.
No, you know who I was thinking of? For some reason, it was I was thinking you said Hobbs or Weddle.
So
No, I'm not speaking that clearly.
What does-
No,
So-
that's more a reflection of me.
what does Wardlaw score this week against Collingwood?
Yeah, it's probably not going to be huge.
70.
If that.
He's very good.
I agree. I'll give him a 55.
Okay, I'm back to Hobbs then.
There you go.
Oh, Hobbs score against the Weagles.
112.
Who does Weddle play?
Right, okay, let's move along. Andy, will Ben Hobbs get enough midfield time in 4 games to qualify for DPP status? That's interesting.
Because, he's just a straight forward.
Yeah. So with CBAs at the moment, he's averaging 21% for the season. He could. He could.
Look,
I don't know.
He's long term.
It'd be handy. If
Long
you're
term,
looking
I
at him,
don't
he's a
think He's going to
midfielder.
be, long term, I don't think he's going to be great if these other guys come back in.
No,
quickly.
no.
Now, obviously, Setterfield's long term, isn't he? So he's safe from setters. Parrish is probably listed as 2 weeks from now, you reckon?
Yeah, maybe after the bye.
Yeah. And what's Shield?
Shield could be back this week.
Yes, he also could stretch out to 3.
Oh.
I've seen that happen before.
Yeah, okay.
The old bleeding calf ankle thing.
All right, let's look at this one. Witherden or Dale? How good was Witho?
Well, that was good.
Witho was
Racking up
great.
some marks there. Dale as well. Maybe the Johannesson thing might be a positive for him.
Yeah, definitely. I I'd go Dale. Witho, though, I'll tell you what, he had a couple of plus 18s in under a minute.
Yeah.
That was when he was back to his best. But I'd go Dale, wouldn't you guys? Over
Little bit of a price difference there in the favour of Witho.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I just think Witho's role, that can... Hearn comes back or however that might look.
I think
I'm Dale.
you're better to pick the guy from the team that's humming in those situations.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, things could be ugly.
Yeah.
Dom Sheed for Hendo here. He's a good target if you can't reach anyone more expensive.
What's he priced at the moment?
Okay, $7.21.
So cheap.
He's gone up 130. He went up 50 odd this week. He scored a 139.
Okay. We had high hopes when we started with him. 139 was never.
No.
We were like high hopes around the 100 mark.
Yeah.
Or the occasional 90.
Would be nice. Wow. You can't get him though, can you? You'd prefer Simpkin.
Yeah, I think you would. Although
I would.
I was going to say Simpkin's probably a bit more injury prone, but then here's a guy that missed a couple of weeks with a robotic throat.
True story. He did talk like that.
He did.
Jaden Hunt told me that.
You met the boys on the weekend, didn't you?
Tell
Dom?
the story.
Yeah.
Nah, it's all right.
No, tell the story.
Oh, do you reckon, like all other famous people talk about stories where you're confronted in the street?
So the Eagles
It was
confronted
a
you in
good
the street.
story.
They found me.
Yeah, and what did they say?
Horn dog. They wanted a photo. They wanted an autograph. And I said, no, boys, it's all right. No, got to talk to Sheed.
Yep.
And he actually said, geez, I've been a flop this year. And
That's what he said.
Yeah. But then he went and turned it on.
Yeah, well,
yesterday at York Park.
that's how you respond. Was me mate there?
Gaffy was there too.
Was he?
32-degree head tilt it was.
Oh,
Oh.
no. You could tell.
And I felt like I was very uncomfortable around Gaffy.
Were you? Because of me?
And he knows. And then I set him at ease. I said, I'm not actually mates with him. And then he was all good.
Yeah.
And it went straight back up.
What about my other mate, Yo? Was he there?
No, Yoey was still injured.
Oh.
So he wasn't there.
Now I think about it,
yes.
got a lot of bad blood with these Eagles, don't I?
I know.
You do. That's weird, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Yeah.
wonder
Gaffy had
they were-
10 touches yesterday.
10.
Yeah.
It's a good day for him.
He was worried about Calvinator being there. All right. We've got more questions.
Keep
Not talking about that.
asking them.
So when else were you famous on the weekend?
Just everywhere.
Any more questions about Weddle?
Actually, Mick Moldhouse was talking me up to someone.
Was he?
He was.
Pretty funny.
I heard that.
What about
This bloke here, people go and watch him in live shows across Australia.
Mick Moldhouse?
Mick Moldhouse.
That's a true story.
And then you know who... I'm not even lying. Then you know who else joined in the conversation?
Who?
Adam Simpson come up.
What did he want?
Just chatting?
Advice, because I'm a better coach than him. He
Oh.
saw my fantasy score this week.
You didn't say that to his face.
He's got a
He's
premiership as well.
Can I just tell you something about him?
Yes, please.
Genuine, nice guy.
Simo?
As nice as you would meet. So he's copping heaps of crap this week.
Yep.
Obviously because, they're not travelling too well and yada, yada, yada. I can 100% through this 2 conversations we had
Yep.
tell why he is in that position still.
Right.
Just a
Good human.
bloody good guy.
So him and I'd get on really well.
Well, I don't know if he'd have the second conversation with you, but yeah, the first one, you would just go, unbelievable bloke.
There you go.
Yeah.
You could learn something from that, dog.
All right, Sam.
I saw his notebook out.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Sam has got this one. Oliver to Bont as a premium trade.
Yep.
And then Hollands to Hobbs.
Yep.
Tick. Leaves only Wardlaw and Wilmot as rookies on field, not counting Sheasel and Ashcroft. Yep.
So you've got all your rookies off, don't you?
Yes.
Dog, how many have
So,
you got?
but obviously you're still Ashcroft's still there and
That he
Sheasel's
doesn't-
still there. They're not counted.
They don't
So
count.
you've ruled. You said I'm not allowed to count them anymore.
How many have you got, dog? How far off a good team am I at the moment?
I think I'm one
One.
after trades this week, and that'll be Wardlaw.
After trades this week, where I'm bringing one back,
Oh,
I will have one.
you definitely have one.
Back.
Yeah.
Remember me, guys?
Yeah, I'm bringing one back on.
Yeah, right, okay. After this week, I think I'm one.
Yeah, well, we're all the same.
Oh, we're far from the same, Roy.
All right.
Yeah. Give us a question,
Kicking
dog.
this one off here for Toby. It is Pedler to Wardlaw and Fiorini to Tom Stewart. The Tom Stewart one, despite coming off a 70, is good because of the bye sort of move.
It is.
Yeah.
They're back home this week, aren't they? CMHBA?
I hope so.
They are.
Because he's better than what he was this week. It's sort of, because he's gone under 90 2 weeks in a row, it's starting to feel a bit dirty. But he will be back. And there'll be a week there where he fully repays the faith with a 150 at GMHBA.
Now, they had Freo this week, Roy. So, and what colour would Freo be on my scale?
Red.
They're red for defenders.
Yeah.
So,
and they redded him.
Yeah.
Didn't they?
And GWS are actually red as well. So he's got them this week. But at home, surely he gets a little boost.
That evens it out to at least 100.
Agree.
Question there, is Nick Dacres' spot in the rolling 22, top 6 defenders in trouble?
No.
Right, okay.
No.
Really?
No, it's safe.
All right, well, what about Will Day? Where's he sit? Because the question here from
In trouble.
Denza Lobo, is Will Day a trade post-buys?
Well, we definitely give him that amount of time. He was hard tagged.
Yeah.
So that would have been a 120 yesterday if the Eagles just let him go. So the fact he got to where he did was a save. But, yeah, he's one to keep an eye on. But at the end of the day, we need to remind ourselves here, we've got a defender who is playing pure mid and he's capable of, solid hundreds. So we'll keep an eye on him. But, yes, he's on notice in the roll on 22.
Do we like Pedler to Humphrey and Warpedo to Laird? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can now tick off the Laird trade. There was a while there where it did come with a few question marks. Yeah. But he's back. He's fine.
Yeah. He's back now, for sure.
I've listened to every episode of The Traders this season.
Oh, mate.
But I'm still thinking of going Hollands to McGrath. Can I do that?
You answer that one?
This is on you, Dog.
No, but you can.
Great advice.
I hear you. You couldn't have answered that any better about McGrath.
Look how cheap he is.
Yeah, exactly.
For someone that can score 117
Yeah.
and has the Eagles and then has North Melbourne and then has Carlton.
Can I just compliment McGrath for a moment? Now, he gets no extra points for this, but you know that mark he took, he intercepted it on the back flank, like running out of bounds.
Yeah.
Did you see his vertical?
Yeah, he can jump.
That was
Looks
huge.
like a little nugget jumper, though.
Bloody oath
He's
it does.
Good.
Yeah, that was phenomenal.
So you could do it. It's one of those cash strap moves.
Big time. Leading into the buys, I tick off stupid things like this.
He's 60K cheaper
Yeah.
than what he started. He's down to 659.
Now, that's cheap.
Yeah.
Max has got this one. Butters or Merrett? Butters is cheaper.
It's got to be Merrett. You've just got to
If
do
you're
it.
if you're wanting the best player out of those two for the rest of the year, it's Merrett.
Yeah.
It's bloody Merrett.
Butters was good.
Oh, he's
Jeez, he was
outstanding. And that's a big statement from me because I have been on the Butters bandwagon for weeks now. But you've got to think about Merritt's been one of the uber premiums of the competition for the last decade.
Yeah.
If you're comparing those two, and I think forward status isn't as big a thing as it was now because we've got so many.
And Merritt's quite cheap at $9.21. That's still good value there.
That's value for him. What is Butters' price?
$8.42.
$8.40. I was going to say $8.30.
So it's saving a significant amount.
It is,
isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, if you want to know who averages more for the rest of the year, the answer is Merrett.
By how much?
7.
10.
Yeah. But the value play there is definitely Butters.
I think it's more than 10.
Do you? Oh.
It's coming into Zach's season.
Oh.
Gee whiz. Disrespect for Butters.
Matt's got this one. Pedler to Jason Horne-Francis or Caldwell?
There's no podcast in the world where I'd tick off a Hornbag trade.
Because I'm someone that didn't go through the Hornbag start to the season,
Okay.
I'm willing to sit back and say Hornbag is in some ripping
634,000
form last week anyway.
So listen to his last 4 scores. They're quite good here. 86, 74, 96, 98.
Yeah.
But here's some teams he's played. St Kilda, Essendon, North Melbourne, Melbourne last week.
Yeah, he's just looking really good.
Nice little juicy
God,
run.
I'll tell you what, for all the crap he's copped, it is worth it. Think about how much fun he's having this year compared to what he'd be having
Oh, my goodness.
playing for the Roos.
That's not fun at all.
Bo wants to know, what's the secret behind Dusty's form, and does he potentially come in? It's been all right.
It's been real good.
There's a few secrets behind it. One of them is the slight tweak on roll the last few weeks, and his scoring has reflected it.
Yep. He's had 3 tons in a row.
Yeah.
BK's got Humphrey or Hobbs, so we had the Wardlaw or Hobbs, and you went Wardlaw, Roy.
I did for the cash.
Yep.
I did.
So
yeah.
Humphrey, would you go Humphrey over Wardlaw then, if you're thinking of that? A few extra dollars.
Do you know what? I should have stuck to my bloody Monday trades last week. Humphreys, that paid off,
good.
didn't it? Yeah.
But would you go Humphrey over Hobbs?
That's getting a bit closer, price.
Humphrey's doing probably better cash generation
He is.
as such.
If I had to choose who I'd be more confident having on my field, it's still Hobbs, because Humphreys did have a 0 a few weeks ago.
Too right he did.
Like, that was a 0. We're talking about 0, man.
Yeah.
That was
At
0.
practice.
So, yeah, it's still Hobbs if it's playing on your ground, I think.
Agree. Yeah.
Jack Steele or Baslenka? Who are you picking? V8's
So I
picking
said Steele, but maybe it is Bailey Smith.
He's got the forward status too, V8.
Yeah, I'm with Roy, though. I don't really need that.
No, so Bailey Smith can get bevoed.
Of course he can.
That's why he's got forward status at the moment, because he started the season bevoed. Jack Steele was awesome on the weekend, especially being under an injury cloud.
Yep.
But did he get managed a little bit late in that?
Okay.
I don't want anyone that's needing fourth quarter management.
No.
So I might be Bailey Smith due to fitness.
Yeah, okay. And that little knee injury.
Yeah. So I'm taking the fitness over the chance of being bevoed just.
Yep.
Who do you reckon there, Dog?
I don't know. I think it's Baslenka.
If they were both humming fitness-wise, I'd pick Steele every day.
Yeah.
But
That's the slight thing I've got in my head.
like, he had fitness tests before playing.
Oh, did he? Mm.
Captain's run fitness test, I should clarify, not pre-game.
Okay.
but-
Yep.
You can still do it, Cal. I'm quite happy for you to take that risk.
Okay, thanks, Dog. Bailey Smith didn't take a mark.
No, interesting, hey?
0.
And still got that.
Yeah.
Because he's usually good for his 4 or 5.
Yep. Interesting.
Right. A lot of similar questions coming through for the rest of them. A lot of Oliver ones. Oliver, who's your best pick for him?
It's got to be Zach, doesn't it?
It has to be Zach.
Has to be.
That run, that form, he just looked as good as he ever has. Yeah, it's got to be Zach.
It's got to be Zach.
Other quick fire one there is buy structure. What are you trying to do? It's okay to have a few more players in the back end of the buys.
Yeah.
But have a bit of a plan of who you're getting rid of along the way. Don't try to stack too many premiums from the back end.
No.
And I think that's the key. It's those premiums. Like, I know in the back end of the buy that I've got a guy like Callahan, right? He's been a bit of a ride, bit of a roller coaster, but that's his time to go.
Yeah.
That's his time. So,
All right.
there we go.
Let's wrap it up, boys. It's been a big podcast, and we've got a
Well,
bit of
we all
thinking
know
to
why
do.
it's been a big podcast, don't
The
we?
intro.
Yeah,
Extended
the dog
intro.
show.
Wait until, I don't know, I might just start my little offshoot podcast soon, just giving some
You
great
already have
advice.
something going on a Friday, your
Plenty of-
little
plenty of stuff
OnlyFans that you
going
do
on.
on YouTube.
It's all right. People love it.
How much
They
are you
get
charging
great
for
advice.
it? Or is it free at the moment? Bit of a...
All complimentary for free. Just follow me at Warnie DT. I'll give you lots of advice. I'll do my best to answer some questions.
Yep.
Most of them will probably just say Hobbs.
Show you updated trades 20 seconds before lockout, so no one has a chance to get
I
on.
will forever be honest, unlike the two of you.
I'm not deliberately dishonest. I'm just borderline stupid.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right.
Roy's the worst, though.
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
I
As the
agree with
stats
that.
showed
Yeah.
earlier.
Yeah.
And now I cannot believe he's told everyone on this podcast that he's getting rid of Kennedy
Yeah, he's not
this
doing
week.
I can't have him playing down back. 0 CBAs for a half of 24 points. I demand more in my team than that.
I agree.
Decepticon destroy.
I'm not afraid to get rid of people after 1 or 2 weeks. Stocker was a prime example.
Yeah.
1 week, didn't like what I see. See ya.
Yeah. You're
All
brutal.
right. Or keep clicking back to afl.com.au and the AFL Live official app for lots more news that you will get throughout the week, especially seeing exactly what's happening with Clary and any other injury bits and pieces as we head into the last week before buys. 2 trades this week, and then we've got a month of 3 trades each week,
And we're
which
talking.
we'll find a way throughout that to make a mistake. I'm
100%
sure.
we will.
All right, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later.